Okay. Oh. It looked green.
Okay. Calling meeting to order at 7:06. Can I get a roll call?
Trustee Lee,
Here.
Trustee Walker,
Here.
Vice President Gagos,
Here.
President Slavadine.
Here. Okay. Superintendent Presta, are there any changes to the agenda?
There are none.
All right. With that, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Moving on to the minutes, unless there's any changes, can I get a motion to approve the
So
minutes?
moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We met in closed session. I have nothing to report out. Moving on to communications board report. We'll start with Trustee Lee.
Glad that the school year has begun. Nice to see everybody back. Also very strange to be up here. I hope everybody had a good summer, and I hope the school year has started off well. It was really nice to see everybody at the welcome back on August 5th. It seems so long ago already. And just grateful to be here.
I too am grateful to be here. I have a different life and it's been a little busy lately, so I haven't been around so much. Really happy to be here for the first time. And I think I did something. I went somewhere. We had a meeting last week. I enjoyed it. That's about it. Welcome to the school year.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to take this opportunity to say that as a new board member, not having had a lot to do with putting all the work that went into getting these buildings done and all that stuff, taking part in that ribbon cutting yesterday was something that I was very proud of, and I'm really proud of Kalima and Andy and Rosie and everybody that was involved, and Stephanie and everybody that took part in making all this happen, because it feels pretty good to be up here in these new digs, as President Kalima just said. So the ribbon cutting was awesome yesterday. Really good to see a lot of people out there that I haven't seen in a long time myself, actually. So, but that's about it.
Thank you. And I echo the sentiments of my colleagues. I want to thank everybody that planned yesterday's ribbon cutting, with a special shout out to Denise Shreves over there. Thank you so much for all your work. I'm just really reflectful right now because, you know, everyone knows I love social media. I post a lot. And so I get a lot of the reminders on Facebook. And I post when I'm upset. And a lot of the 2 years ago posts were about the struggle to get a lot of this done, and the frustration with people not understanding our purpose and our mission, and the service that we provide to the children of this community. And when people don't instantly get that, that frustrates me to no end. But I'm so proud that we persevered, and look at the fruits of our labor. It's incredible. So I want to thank everyone, because everyone in our school district contributed to us getting these buildings, everyone. And we had so much support from so many different places. And I want to thank everyone for a successful start of the school year. I've been on the board for 12 years, and every year I'm impressed on how much better we get at kicking off the school year. And then normally, I remember when I first started on the board, and I would get emails from parents asking what day is the first day of school, you know, to now have it run so efficiently, have the way that you register, everything. Kids, when they show up to school, knowing what they're supposed to do and where they're supposed to go. So I would just like to thank all the administrators, principals, teachers, staff, everyone for really kicking the school year off right for our students. And then last, I just want to say I'm excited for this school year, and ready to continue to get to work to get stuff done. Superintendent Presta.
Thank you. I'm going to echo a lot of what was just said. I too am super proud and grateful to our site administrators and our district administrators for the way we started this year off. Students, I've been in schools quite a bit these last few weeks. I think we're in 2.5 weeks in, maybe ish. And I've been in the sites a lot, and our schools are very calm. The students look happy. There are some new administrators, and they are like they've jumped in with both feet and are doing a great job. And so, yeah, I'm really, really grateful. My own child goes to one of our schools, and it was when we registered him, and he's a junior. When he started his freshman year, he had a lot of questions about how things worked. And this year was just, I feel like, really remarkable in that there were no questions. There are new procedures put in place at all of the high schools to welcome kids. And so I'm just very proud of us. So I wanted to echo that. Thank you to the group that I think it was a mighty group of 5 of us putting the ribbon cutting together. And we were a little worried. I'll speak for myself. I was a little worried having a celebration so close to when school started and so close to when we moved into the building. It felt like a heavy lift that I was a little bit reticent to take on. And I'm so glad that we did it. And I'm so grateful to our team because I thought it was great. I was super proud of it. So thank you, Jerome. I think it was you that said, I think it deserves a bigger celebration when we were like, can we just do it before a board meeting? And I'm really glad we didn't do that. So it was really great. And it was really wonderful to see so many people from the community coming out last night. And thank you to the Terra Nova drum line. Thank you to the Westmore Culinary students. Thank you to Stephanie again for your work getting this building built. And it was a great celebration. Lastly, I just want to call attention to the fact that we also had a pride flag raise. We called it a flag raising ceremony. We've had it up for 3 months, but we felt like because the students are at home during June, we needed to do something while students were here. So we also had a great little flag raising celebration last week. Thank you again to Denise for helping to coordinate that, and to Kalima for speaking. So the school year's off to a great start. Thanks.
Next on to our board subcommittee reports. Does anyone have anything to report out? Okay, hearing nothing. Moving on to our AFT Local 1481 report. President Casey. I think so.
That's it.
So excited to be here in the States. Really proud of all of us for getting this done. And I want to report that our AFT 1481 exec board and site reps, we just had our first meeting in the beautiful new adult school in one of those classrooms. And it was wonderful to have, you know what I'm going to say, the windows, and be able to look at these beautiful new classrooms for our students. They deserve it. And it was really nice to be there with everything that worked. There's still stuff that needs to be fixed, but of course that always happens, and things that, you say, oh, I should have asked for something else. That'll come. I'm proud to say that we had a full room. So almost every site has a full site rep. We have a ton of people coming in, and it was really great to have everyone there. And I think that's all I have for today. Yes.
I just realized we went to the Coke dinner.
Yes.
I didn't talk about that.
Right. So San Mateo Labor Council had a COPE, which is Committee on Political Education banquet, and many of us were there. We're a part of the San Mateo Labor Council as educators, and it was a nice night. So I think that's all I've got for tonight. More next time.
Thank you. Moving on to consent agenda, unless anyone wants to pull an item, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Moving on to item 14, public comment. Do we have any cards for public comment?
We do. Monica Casey.
Yeah, I do have my glasses. Hi, Monica Casey, AFT 1481. I wanted to come up and, is there a time limit?
There's usually a timer up. You have 3 minutes. We'll try to keep track of it, right? Yeah.
That's fine. I don't have a lot to say. This is about item 13B 1.5. It's a consent agenda item, educational services, agreements, contracts, grants, MOUs, service and consultant contract approvals. Number 5 was for Dr. Allison Tintianco Cubales. This is not against the keynote speaker nor any of the keynote speakers that we've had in the past. I appreciate their presentations and what they've done for our school district and how they've helped us grow. I just am concerned, and many of my members have expressed concern about the fact that $10,000 is a lot of money. Last year, Glenn Singleton, who is also a keynote speaker, it was $25,000. Now, if that amount is including other services other than a keynote, I totally get it. They're working with us throughout the year, not just that day. But specifically for this particular one with Dr. Allison, it only said for the keynote. And so if it is more than just the keynote speech, then that should be reflected appropriately, because it is not a good look for us. It's not a good look for my members when people, as we know, are not making raises that we all, you do as well, feel that we should get, that other districts are getting. It's just not great. So I want us to be really, really cognizant about that. Every year we have keynote speakers and people are like, oh my gosh, they get that much for 45 minutes. I mean, could you imagine if a teacher got that much for 45-minute class? That's how we feel. That's how it looks. So I just, year after year, this is an issue. And I just thought, I was shocked. So that's all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Was that the only speaker?
Yes.
Okay. Moving on to our action items, public hearings. Item 15A1, approval of the 2024-2025 instructional materials. Turning it over to Deputy Superintendent Baca.
Good evening, President Salahuddin. Good evening, members of the board. Before you this evening is a list of standards-aligned instructional materials and textbooks to be used by our students this school year. Districts are required by the California Code of Regulations, Title V, Section 9531, to formally adopt these materials at the beginning of each school year. And it is my recommendation that the board approve the list for the 24-25 school year.
Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Now moving on to the public hearing, adoption of resolution number 2024-2025/1, the Pupil Textbook and Instructional Materials Incentive Act. Deputy Superintendent Baca.
Hello again. Before you is a resolution ensuring that JUHSD has complied with the requirements of Ed Code 60119, indicating that all students have sufficient instructional materials and textbooks. It is recommended that the board approve this resolution after conducting a public hearing.
Thank you. I will now open up the public hearing. No speakers. I will go ahead and close the public hearing. All right. With that, can I get a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Moving on to our next item, it's approval of the ethnic studies, our ethnic studies course of study. So I don't know, is there anyone that is going to speak to this item? It's not a name on here.
Oh, we need.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Superintendent Baca.
Okay, so before you is the revised ethnic studies course proposal that removed the references to Zionism, and anti-Zionism. This item was brought forth for discussion during the July 16 board meeting, and it's now being recommended for approval.
Thank you. Opening up for any comments or questions on this item. Trustee Lee, were you saying? Or
No,
I saw you.
no.
Okay. I will say, I did have something to say about this item. This is a topic I'm very passionate about. Having our ethnic studies program in our school district is something that's very important to me. Also, the things that are happening right now in Palestine are also very important to me. And I feel like as a school district, it is our duty to teach classes in a way that is informative and sometimes uncomfortable. Because the going through our history and the whys of where we ended up now having those discussions can be uncomfortable. And I know it's hard to feel uncomfortable in a room when something is being discussed, but to me, that's the pressure points, the friction that needs to happen in order to reach substantive change. But I'm also very cognizant of the I in inclusion and being inclusive of people, even if I see them as a barrier to progress, also inclusive of their feelings, because we don't move forward if people close your ears to what I'm trying to say. And I know that certain words, there's passion around certain words and the use of certain words. And I understand why some people want to use them. And I understand why some people want them to be removed. And I want to have an educational room and space to where we can have the discussion about things. And if a certain word is going to take up all the room of a discussion, I would rather move this word aside so that we can continue the discussion so that we can one day achieve peace. And we can't do that if we can't teach people about the issues and the whys and the hows of things and how they came apart and came to be. So that is why I'm voting in support of doing this. And I apologize to everyone that will feel offended on either side of this. These are difficult conversations, and I understand why people are upset, but I also want to make sure that we can do the thing that we are set to do here in the first place. And I don't know if there's any other comments, Superintendent Preston? So with that, can I get a motion?
Motion to approve the ethnic studies course of study.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Moving on to Human Resources Resolution 2024-2025/2, a resolution authorizing assignment of certificated personnel to teach outside their authorized teaching field. Turning it over to our Director of HR, Ms. Lujan.
Good evening, everyone. The item before you this evening is a resolution to allow Mr. Holmes, who is credentialed in the area of English, to teach in the area of ceramics. He has 42 semester units in the area of art, which demonstrates for the California Credentialing Commission that he has competency in this area.
Thank you so much. Unless there's any questions, can I get a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Moving on to our job description of development associate. Again, Ms. Lujan.
Good evening. The first job description before us this evening is a new position for the Daly City Youth Health Center. It is a grant-funded position that would assist with social media campaigns, website management, donor database record keeping, and fundraising. And I welcome any questions.
Unless there's any questions, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Moving on to our next job description, art and music assistant.
Good evening. This position is one of two positions this evening that will be funded with Prop 28 funds. The art and music assistant position is really ideal for a candidate who's a recent graduate, likely of our high school, who has a passion for art and music. So they have passion, but not necessarily a lot of experience. So it's a lower level range, but definitely want to provide compensation for someone who would like to come work with our students and provide assistance to art and music teachers.
Thank you. Unless there's any questions, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second? Sorry.
Second.
Thank you, Charette. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Moving on to our next job description, career technical education teaching expert.
Wonderful, thank you. This is a new position. The Career Technical Education Teaching Expert is a classified position that would specialize in utilizing expertise in implementing dynamic and inclusive CTE pathways, and they would be a leader in implementing curriculum in the area of CTE.
Thank you. Unless there's a question, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Next role is art and music associate.
Thank you. The Art and Music Associate is also a Prop 28 funded position. It would be ideal for a candidate who has art and music some expertise. They're not quite out expert level for the highest range position, but we do want to honor those who are bringing some experience, who can lead small groups of students to work with our students in the areas of art and music.
Thank you. Unless there's a question, can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And last but not least, our career technical education TOSA coordinator.
Wonderful, thank you. The CTE TOSA coordinator would develop and sustain curriculum that reflects the CTE standards, and they would assist with professional development and support the annual budgeting. So some of the work, as we're shifting a little bit in CTE, since our new director of housing communications and CTE has a lot on her plate, we want to shift some of those responsibilities to a TOSA coordinator.
Perfect. Thank you for that explanation. Unless there's any questions, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. These are a lot of job descriptions, so thank you, Ms. Lohan, for all the work here, because I know it's not easy to write job descriptions. Moving on to our business services, our first item on the agenda is Resolution 2024-25/4, supporting award of the leaseback agreements, turning it over to Deputy Superintendent Van Raphorst.
Thank you. Good evening, President Salahuddin. Good evening, members of the board. Back in May, the district released a request for qualifications and proposals for contractors interested in our Jefferson High School gym and pool project. We received multiple responses. The district selection committee then met and reviewed the responses in accordance with the adopted best value methodology, which takes into consideration the demonstrated competence and professional qualifications necessary for this big job. In this process, Vance Brown Builders received the highest score. Vance Brown has been involved in constructing some of the nicest athletic facilities around here, including the new gym at Palo Alto High School, a stellar competitive pool at UC Berkeley, and multiple beautiful facilities at Stanford. So I am very excited to recommend that the board approve the proposed resolution awarding the project to Vance Brown and authorizing the district staff to enter into the leaseback agreements with them for pre-construction services, which would be in the amount of $218,721 to be paid with bond funds. Our construction director, Stephanie Phillips, is here tonight with some representatives from Vance Brown in case you have any questions.
Opening up for any questions.
No questions, just a comment. I was able to be part of the group with Ms. Phillips, Ms. Presta, and the principal of Jefferson. For some reason, Mr. Harrigan, thank you. I don't know why I had that moment, senior moment, obviously. And I will just say that I was very impressed with the presentation with regards to Vance Brown and their team, and the quality of the work that they presented in their portfolio. Really, just stellar portfolio. So I'm really excited to see what they will be able to do with our Jefferson High School gym and pool project.
As a previous student of Jefferson High School, I just want to say this is long overdue. I'm looking forward to seeing this.
Anything, Trustee Walker?
I was happy to be part of the subcommittee that worked on this project. I'm looking forward to seeing it come to fruition.
Just one thing, do you have any information, or could you just a very high level touch on the timeline again, in case people are wondering who are watching?
From a high level.
High level.
So we'll be bringing them on board now, and then they will help with estimating and work with HKIT architects to help us keep things in budget and also help us with different materials that, might be better served for us, so that'll be the pre-construction phase. Also working out logistics, because we know we're going to have some logistics going on that campus and that footprint. And then the intent is to, HKIT's going to be submitting the drawings to DSA this fall. We're going to do two separated into two. One's demo.
Okay.
And then and then the other is going to be for the rest of the building, so that we can get started on the demo during the summer of next year. And actually, on next Monday, I have a meeting with DSA to accept the project. And so we have like a pre-application meeting happening on Monday. The timeframe, I want to say, was starting in summer and taking down the building in summer, getting the pad ready September. You want to come up here and tell me about your schedule?
Put you on the spot.
Yeah, not to put you on the spot. I want to say that it was approximately a 20-month schedule. So starting next summer, 20 months from then. So. Yeah, what is that? Thank you. Summer 27, the mathematic. So, any other questions?
No, that was a big one. That's a good to know for those that are, have children that age and are looking for where to go. Summer 2027, there's going to be a really cool new gym and pool. I will also say that I'm super excited to at some point drive down the Mission Corridor and look over and see the rendering come to life. Ms. Phillips, you've been fantastic in ensuring that what we're shown as renderings actually becomes a reality, and everything that you've worked on to this point. So, I'm really looking forward to the students at Jefferson getting the facilities that they deserve, and to be able to be a part of it and go to games and, have people swim in our pool without fear of hurting themselves or any other thing that's happening. So thank you to both you and Ms. Van Rapport for all the work that you've done to get us to this point. And I'm excited to get there. I hope that I get invited to the groundbreaking and looking forward to the work that's get done. So thanks you to both of you in advance for the work that you're about to do. Anything else, Ms. Professor?
Thank you. So again, I'm really grateful to Director Phillips and Principal Harrigan, because we met quite a bit about like the drawings, like what it's going to actually look like, and with several iterations. And I think that what we are going to have is going to be absolutely beautiful. And I too was on the interview committee, and I was just really impressed. Like, honestly, every firm who interviewed, I think, would have probably done a good job. Like, they were good firms that we attracted. So thank you for putting that together, putting the package together and getting such good, I don't know what you call them, solicitations. And I want to say that Vance Brown really stood out as I'm absolutely confident after hearing your presentation and seeing your work. And I'm thrilled that our Jefferson students are going to be having this beautiful Stanford class facility, like it just makes me really, really happy. So I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And thanks for all the work that people did to get to this point. I know that school has been, that was the first school in the district. And I know there's a lot of sensitivity and people are tied to nostalgia wise, but I don't want that to get in the way of progress. And that we still have to move forward and think about the facilities and the institutions that are going to serve the students of tomorrow and making sure that they meet the students and what so that they can achieve their goals and reach the highest expectations. So while I know that the community there is a lot of nostalgia and a lot of feelings being tied to that particular building, I'm very excited for all of the memories that this building is going to create for the future students that are coming to JUHSD. So with that, can I get a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to our next resolution, 2024-25/3, declaring that certain surplus property is valued at less than $2,500 and authorizing its disposal. Ms. Van Raphorst.
Thank you. As we left Ceremony Del Rey, we did not bring everything with us to our new offices. There were some furniture, old appliances from the adult transition classes, and other items that were left behind. The items that were in good enough shape to be useful have been moved to other school sites, and we have inventoried the remaining items. We compared that inventory to similar items seen on sale locally or online so that we could estimate the value. And we have determined that the things that are left have a total estimated value of less than $2,500. And therefore, I'm recommending that the board approve the proposed resolution, which would declare the remaining items as surplus and allow us to dispose of them.
All right, unless there's any questions, can I get a motion?
So move.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Moving on to consideration of future agenda items. Is there anything anyone wants us to consider? Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is adjourned 7:38 and 8 seconds. I like that. That's
Very efficient.